In the quiet village of Ndinta, nestled between red clay hills and whispering palm trees, lived a girl named Obianuju. She was born during the harmattan, when the winds carried dust and sorrow, and the elders said her cries echoed louder than the wind that day. Her mother, Amaka, said the dust settled the moment she was born, as though nature itself had paused to acknowledge her arrival. It was seen as a sign. Obianuju was not like other children. While others played by the stream and chased chickens through the market, she sat beneath her grandmother's kola tree, scribbling on leaves, stones, and bits of old newspaper. Her father, Namdi, a schoolteacher who had studied in Onitsha, saw in her a rare gift. When she turned 7, he gave her a second-hand notebook and a pen wrapped in ribbon. From that day, Obianuju wrote everything: dreams, disappointments, names, and prayers. Her favorite pastime was collecting stories from elders. She would sit quietly as they drank palm wine under the moonlight, and while others giggled and moved on, Obianuju wrote. They called her the Quiet Watcher, not because she didn't speak, but because her eyes noticed what others missed. If someone lied, she wrote it. If a child cried alone, she wrote that too. But most of all, she wrote names. Names of the kind, the cruel, the forgotten. Her mother often warned her, "Your words will take you far, my child, but they might also bring you trouble." No one knew how right she was. Obianuju grew into a graceful woman, loved for her gentleness, wisdom, and soft smile. She taught at the village school and helped her mother at the market on weekends. She fell in love with Chisholm, a hard-working trader's son who sold dried fish and cassava flour. They had known each other since childhood, but their bond deepened after Obianuju saved his little sister from drowning in the stream. Their love was the kind that made elders smile. For 5 years they planned a future. The entire village awaited their union with excitement. Chisholm often boasted, "Obianuju is not just a woman, she is a gift from the gods." But on the eve of their traditional marriage, Obianuju walked in on Chisholm, in their newly painted room, with her younger cousin Edaora. She stood at the door, frozen. Edaora screamed. Chisholm stuttered. Obianuju didn't say a word. She simply turned and walked out. The next day, Chisholm married Edaora. Obianuju did not show up to the ceremony. Her wedding attire was found hanging from the guava tree near her father's grave. After that, she disappeared. Some said she traveled to Enugu to teach. Others whispered that she had gone mad from heartbreak. But the truth was simpler and more terrifying. Obianuju had gone in search of answers, and something found her. 10 years passed. Ndinta changed. Solar panels now sat on rooftops. Motorcycles buzzed through the market. The church grew larger, with newer pews and louder microphones. But the gossip remained. The secrets multiplied. And then Obianuju returned. She appeared one early morning at the village square, wearing a faded blue wrapper, a torn scarf, and carrying an old leather bag. Her skin was darker, her frame thinner. Her eyes, once bright with wonder, were now deep wells of silence. She didn't greet anyone. She didn't explain. She moved into her late grandmother's hut at the edge of the village, by the banana grove. Children whispered that she spoke to the moon. Elders warned their children to stay away. Some nights, flickers of red light were seen through her windows. Other nights, the sound of low chants floated through the air. The village priest said. That girl returned with more than luggage. But no one went to find out. It started with the bride, Nkem, a seamstress who once called Obianuju useless after the Chisholm scandal. She vanished on her wedding night. Her white dress was found neatly folded by the stream, beside a single bead earring. Then came Mama Ifeoma, the pepper seller who had once slapped Obianuju in the market. She went to the farm one morning and never returned. Her hoe was found stuck upright in the soil. Next, it was Ezekiel, the pastor's only son, the same boy who had thrown mud at Obianuju as a teenager. He disappeared after choir practice. His Bible was found open at Psalm 94, with a torn page inside. On it was his name written in red ink. Panic swept through Ndinta. The chief called an emergency meeting. "We are under attack," he declared. "This is not ordinary. We must pray fast and cleanse our land." But one name was missing from the gathering. Obianuju. One night, Ngozi, a curious 8-year-old girl, chased a hen near Obianuju's compound. The wind howled. Rain threatened. But she saw something through a crack in the window. Obianuju sat before a candle, whispering into a small black book. Her lips moved slowly, almost painfully. With each name written, the flame flickered violently, and the wind howled louder, even though the windows were closed. Ngozi ran home crying. She told her mother. Her mother told the priest. By morning, Ngozi had lost her voice. Forever. The whispers became louder. "She's writing names in a cursed book. She's the one behind the disappearances." The chief's own son vanished next, and that was the final straw. A mob gathered. Men with machetes, women with torches, youths with drums. They stormed Obianuju's hut at midnight. She stood in the doorway, calm as they shouted and pushed. "I only wrote those who hurt me," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I only wrote the truth." They beat her, burned her hut. But the book, it didn't burn. Someone swore they saw it floating above the flames, pages flipping on their own. Then it vanished. Obianuju was never seen again. A week after her disappearance, the village chief fell ill. His dreams were filled with voices calling his name. He woke up with Ugana carved faintly into his chest. Mama Ifeoma's son lost his eyesight. The priest began forgetting people's names. The schoolteacher found his tongue black one morning, unable to speak. The more they tried to erase her memory, the more they suffered. One elder confessed, "We did not burn a witch. We silenced a warning." 5 years later, Amarachi, a quiet girl who never fit in, found a leather bag beneath the roots of the old kola tree. Inside was a black book. The first page read, "Names matter. Words carry blood." And below it, a list. One name was beginning to form. "Mara." She screamed. The book flew from her hands and disappeared. Obianuju was not the first. Before her, there was Ndidi from Bano, whose husband buried her child alive. Her name was never known beyond the rivers. But the first name written in the book, her husband's. Before Ndidi, there was Olachi, a widow from Uli, who had been stoned for bareness. The book found them all. Does not choose at random. It finds the silenced, the forgotten, the women no one believed. The cursed book still exists. Some say it floats on the wind, waiting. Some say it hides beneath the ashes of old trees. Others say it's no longer just a book, but a shadow that follows injustice. If you ever feel a chill when someone speaks your name, if a candle flickers when no wind blows, if your dreams are filled with pages turning, might be too late. Your name might already be written. The end.